Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Steven again, and we are back with Showdown. We have a new team right here built. We've got the team builder open right here. We've got a DDancing Tropius as our fun set. This week we are going up against opponents in the PU tier again. We've got the Citrus Harvest set with D-Dance, Leaf Blade, Aerial Ace, EQ. We've got Torkoal with Clear Smog to not get set up on. We've got Flamethrower, Rapid Spin, we've got Toxic, we've got a Lapras with Freeze Ride, Surf, Toxic, Heal Bell, we've got a Electivire with the Air Balloon, we've got Volt Switch, Wild Charge, Power Up Punch, Ice Punch, we've got the Alolan Persian with Fur Coat, which doubles our physical defense with Taunt, Knockoff, Parting Shot, Deep Pulse, and then we've got a Bandit, Lycanroc with SL Rock, Iron Head, Stealth Rock, and Stone Edge. You might be wondering who runs Stealth Rock on a Bandit set. Well, I do, apparently. I haven't set up too many Stealth Rocks in my games, but we have it on there in case we want to set those up. So we have an opponent right here with the Stoutland, the Gastrodon, Zebstrika, Absol, Haunter, and the Wormadam. We are going to lead Persian because I do not want that Wormadam leading off with a funny set. Let me have a look. We could potentially set up with Tropius in this battle, but it's going to be difficult. That Gastrodon could be running Ice Beam, which negates Tropius' ability to set up on Gastrodon. The Haunter could be a difficult one if we catch a Sludge Wave to the face. That Absol could be running Ice Beam as well. So it's not going to be an easy game to set up with Tropius. I'm not going to lie, guys, I've tried this team. I've played a few matches already. And it's not easy setting up the D-Dance with Tropius, but when it does, it is so satisfying. Of course, everybody thinks, what is a Tropius doing on this guy's team? And then he sets up a D-Dance and you're thinking, what? And then I set up another D-Dance and another one and another one, and I still lose the game. That is basically the story of this D-Dancing Tropius set. Okay, this guy apparently is not responding. Okay, we're back. We made a quick cut there because he wasn't responding. He leads off with the Wormadam, which is what I was expecting, so I'm gonna click Taunt. He's just gonna straight up go for the Bug Buzz, apparently. And I'm just gonna go out into Torkoal. He wants to Bug Buzz again, that's not gonna do anything. He's probably gonna switch out into the Gastrodon, which we correctly predicted, and we Toxic this thing. Not sure what he wants to do. I'm gonna go Tropius. He has Toxic himself. What is his switching? Could go back out into the Wormadam. Goes out into the Zebstrika. Okay. In which case he could potentially go. He might have Sapsipper. Now that I'm looking at his team, he goes back out into Gastrodon. We go out into Electivire. So do we Power Up Punch into the Ice Punch, or is that not going to be worth it? He might just click Toxic again. Infestation. Okay, so I am under the assumption that he is not gonna do too much damage to me. He went out into the Zebstrika the last time. We predict that and we EQ him. And that's a nice EQ. I'm just gonna go out into Lapras here. Z-Fly? That is weird. Spark, and that kills. That's a crit. That is very unfortunate because that seriously hampers the ability to set up with Tropius, with him being toxic, which is absolute bollocks if you ask me. Could have made the safe switch into the Electivire again. I'm just gonna revenge kill him with Lycanroc if he wants to stay in. He's probably gonna switch out. Goes out into the Haunter, surprisingly enough. I can just click Cell Rock again. He's just gonna go out into Gastrodon. He's gonna take some more toxic damage. I'm gonna go out into Persian this time. He clicks Toxic again. I'm gonna click Knock Off. He probably goes for Infestation again. Yep. At which point I can just Parting Shot out. He could make a switch, but I'm not sure what this Gastrodon. He might have Recover. He has Infestation again, so I can't really switch out. So my Tropius is not gonna sweep. I'm gonna click DDance, he Bug Buzzes. We are gonna get that Citrus Berry. That Aerial Ace only does 31% and we die to Toxic. But we can safely go out into our Torkoal again. Once he switch into a Flamethrower right now, we went for the Toxic the last time. He does not predict that and we get a burn, which is pretty brutal for him. He goes for a turn, which we absolutely eat. He's life warped, and we are slowly chucking this Whiskers away. What's he switching to Torkoal at this moment? Because he doesn't really have the greatest of switch-ins to Torkoal. So we have to preserve Torkoal because Torkoal absolutely checks that Wormadam. He probably checks that Zebstrika semi-decent. We have to preserve our Torkoal because if we lose our Torkoal, we are in a pretty bad position. I'm gonna go out into Electivire. He's gonna go Night Slash. He could click Sucker Punch probably now. He doesn't show the Sucker Punch, but he will kill us with another Night Slash. So we made a pretty bad call there. I'm gonna go out into Lycanroc and just revenge this thing, I guess. He could go out into that thing again. I'm gonna click Stone Edge and just get rid of this Absol. How much do you think a Stone Edge will do? That just kills. Okay, Lycanroc might just wrap this battle up with Stone Edges. He kills the Altar and the Zebstrika comes in. Even if we miss, we are in such a great position. We do not miss, and instead of getting a Tropius sweep, we get a Lycanroc Stone Edge Bandit sweep. Okay, let's try and find a different person to battle, and we see a Torkoal version of Vespiquen, Wartortle, Lantern, and a Ditto. So the problem is that Ditto, he leads off with Vespiquen. I'm gonna click Taunt on this thing, so we do not want these funny things like Defend Order, for example. I'm gonna go out into Lycanroc straight off the bat. He does attack order, and we can just revenge this thing with a Cell Rock. He switches out, which is the best thing for him to do. We are going out into, he could just Parting Shot. He could also knock off. I'm gonna go out into Lapras. He fakes out. I'm gonna click Toxic on this thing. He might switch out into Lantern, which I wouldn't mind toxicking. If I toxic the Persian, that is great as well. He could click Knockoff. He could go out. He clicks Toxic himself, which is a great play for me because I can just Heal Bell that Toxic off. He Parting Shots out into potentially. Okay, he goes out into War Turtle. Okay. We heal our poison, and we can just Freeze Dry this thing for 30% damage. We freeze him, in fact, which is pretty brutal for him. I'm gonna click Freeze Dry again. He goes out into Lantern, which is also super effective damage. I'm gonna click Toxic. He might Volt Switch out. He misses his Toxic, and he is getting absolutely decimated by Pokemon Showdown right now. So we've seen that he wants to click Toxic, which we kind of do not mind. He Volt Switches out this time. He could go out into War Turtle again. He goes out into Ditto, which we can Freeze Dry. He probably clicks Heal Bell right now, which is an amazing play by him. And there is not really anything for me to stop that. So that's a pretty good strategy for him. I'm gonna knock off. He goes out into Vespiquen. I'm gonna taunt him again. We do not want any funny things. And I'm gonna Parting Shot out again. And I'm gonna go out into Tropius this time. What's his Tropius switch in? Torkoal probably. So we are clicking EQ. He's not gonna take too much damage from that EQ because Torkoal is pretty bulky on the physical side. He goes out into Ditto, surprisingly. He Aerial Aces. I'm gonna click Toxic again. That Ditto is already becoming a problem, I can already tell. We Toxic the War Turtle. Not sure what this thing wants to do. I'm gonna go out into Lapras again, which is a safe switch. He Toxics for himself. And he might just go out into Ditto again to Heal Bell off. At which point I want him to okay, he goes out into the Alolan Persian, surprisingly enough. He fakes out, and that raises my... What does Shell Armor do again? I thought it was something... Okay, I'm confused because I'm not sure what Shell Armor does then. Oh, it's not getting credit. Not getting credit, right. We crit him, which is funny. He has so many easy switch-ins right now. He parting shots out into the Lantern, if I had to guess. Could go out into the Wartortle. Could go out into Torkoal himself. Could go out into Ditto. That Ditto is basically the problem. But I'm not sure what this Wartortle wants to do. We haven't seen too many things. I'm gonna go out into Lapras. What does this Torkoal want to do? I'm gonna click Toxic again. He sets up rocks. Okay. And does he go out into the Ditto this time? He Lava Blooms. Why isn't he going out into that thing? I'm gonna Volt Switch out into my own Torkoal. He Earth Powers. Okay, that's a pretty decent prediction. We are not running any speed on this thing. I'm rapid spinning. He could just set up rocks again. He's not gonna set up rocks. We lose out on our Torkoal, which is not that big of a deal. And I'm just gonna go out into Lycanroc to revenge him. We deal with that Torkoal, and now what's his he could go out into Ditto and set up rocks again, at which point I can't spin them away, which would really stink. I'm gonna go out into Lapras before he does anything stupid. I'm gonna Surf. He's going out into Wartortle, which is, I'm not sure why he's going out into this Wartortle time and time again. I'm gonna heal though this time, because I'm not sure how many opportunities I'm gonna get. He's gonna click Toxic again, and this is basically a losing battle for him. I mean, there isn't really. He's gonna click Toxic again. He's gonna go down, and I'm still Toxic. But what is his switch in? He doesn't really have a great switch in. He can potentially fake out again. He could potentially taunt. He fakes out, and I'm gonna take some more toxic damage, which we don't want. Do we just Surf? Do we go out? He taunts, so we make a good prediction. We Surf. He probably goes out into the Lantern, if I had to guess, but he outspeeds. I'm gonna go out into my own version. He Volt Switches. He goes out into Vespiquen, which we are not dealing with at the moment. We have already seen that he wants to click that move time and time again. I'm gonna go out into Lycanroc. He goes for the attack order, in which case we can just click Stone Edge or Iron Head. He stays in, surprisingly enough, and we are stuck with this Iron Head at the moment. So he makes a good prediction. We haven't seen We'll see if he has Volt Absorb or Water Absorb right now, which is going to give us some great intel. If he switches out into Ditto, that would be an absolute god tier play. But as long as that Ditto is around, I can't really go out into He scalds this time and he gets a burn. I'm going to finally knock off this thing's item. Okay, so he doesn't have a choice scarf anymore. He clicks taunt, so I can't use taunt. He's probably going to parting shot out. He does. Probably goes out into the lantern again. Does he click toxic again? He scalds into my Water Absorb, which is amazing. I'm gonna click toxic. If he wants to go out into the Ditto, I finally toxic that thing, but he can just heal bell that off. He freeze dries surprisingly, and now I'm in a decent position. I mean, this game is really coming down to the wire. I hope he stays in, because the switch out into Lantern is so obvious. He's thinking long and hard to pick his move right now. This is of course a big turn. He goes out into the Lantern. I get a free boost, but he can probably kill me. Ice Punch is going to not do anything. I probably need to keep my Electivire around because he can revenge kill Vespiquen, but Lycanroc can do the same. I'm gonna Power Up Punch again, see what he wants to do. He might just click Toxic, which is exactly what he does. So I can just keep on. He has Protect as his final move. Okay, I think we can live. Yeah, we live. I'm gonna click Power Up Punch again and just do as much damage as I can possibly can. He goes out into Vespiquen, which is a pretty weird decision because he takes a bit of damage, and I can go out into Lycanroc again. And I get to click Accelerock again. The Ditto is probably the most likely thing to come in. He goes out into Lantern, which takes some damage. Again, takes damage. Does he click Toxic again? Could Volt Switch. He Volt Switches, and I lose my Lapras. Who does he go out into? The Ditto is probably the safest bet. goes out into Vespiquen, which is weird. Do I click Stone Edge this time? I mean, it's a big miss if I miss. So I'm just gonna keep it safe and just click Excel Rock, and we finally get rid of this thing. It goes out into the do we even need this thing? But he does outspeed me now, which is a problem for Tropius, of course. And he will kill me, and he will outspeed me. I think I have to go Tropius. And kill. He kills me with a Stone Edge. He connects the Stone Edge, and he wins the game. That is so frustrating that you lose to your own Pokemon with that stupid Ditto. I mean, I knew it was going to be a problem, and again it turns out to be a problem. With that being said, guys, I am going to wrap this video up because that was a good battle. Although it was a good battle, I am frustrated that I lost it because I felt like I kinda had control and not control over that battle, but I kinda felt that I was going to win that battle in the end. But that stupid Ditto was just a little too much there, and we end up losing to my own Lycanroc set. We killed the Vespiquen, and then he goes out into his Ditto, which at that point was going to be a problem. I mean, the Ditto, is so basic. If you think about it, Ditto just copies your Pokemon, he copies your sets, and basically Ditto just kills you with your own sets, and it is so frustrating. But we didn't get to pull off a Tropius sweep, unfortunately, but I am going to try and get that sweep for you guys on video. Maybe in the next episode. Leave a like and a comment, and potentially leave any suggestions down below about any set, about any Pokemon that you want me to try out. I mean, I really want this Tropius sweep. I have had one, or a few potentially off camera, but I really want to get that on video because it's so satisfying when you pull off a sweep with Tropius. But with that all being said, again, thank you for watching my video, and I will see you in the next Showdown episode or a different kind of video. Check out my channel, and in the link, I will link the previous episode in the description, so go and check those out. And we will wrap this video up, so I will see you in the next one. Bye!